Добрый день еще раз. С вами телеканал NATEXPO TV. Мы в прямом эфире с 75-го павильона ВДНХ, выставка NATEXPO 2019. Сегодня 7 ноября и сейчас 12:46 времени. Надеюсь, вы смотрите нас с утра и у вас еще несколько часов прямых эфиров. У меня в гостях Нико Льюис, директор по продажам компании RTS Intercoms. Вот. Здравствуйте, Нико. Hello, Нико. We will talk, мы будем говорить по-английски, потому что Нико, конечно, не говорит по-русски, как-нибудь вам потом оттитруем. So, how's the show? Today is the third day. How do you like it? What's your impression?
So, I must say, it's a big introduction. The show was fantastic. I'm doing this now 15 years, NATEXPO, and I must say, it was the last 3-4 years a little bit quiet, but this year significant better. It was a good show. I'm very excited. From the first moment, from the opening of the show.
How will you tell it in the Dutch, in your native language? How does it?
I have to be careful because we have some strange words in the Netherlands that are very difficult to explain in the Russian language. But it was a zeer goede show.
Goede.
A goede show, yes.
Goede show. Спасибо, Нико. You are part of Bavarian Pavilion because RTS is part of Bosch, which is German company. What's on your stand?
I will explain you. When Bosch took over, Bosch Security Systems took over the company Telecommunications in 2006. And Bosch Security Systems is based in Eindhoven. It's part of the Bosch Group, who is based in Grasbrunn, Munich. And that is a large organization in Bavaria, of course. A very nice area, by the way, with the best beer. In Germany. And part of this group was also other brands like Electrovoice and Dynacord. And for me, this is a very good situation because Bosch is a strong, very strong company, more than 400,000 people. So it's a very powerful organization with a lot of engineering, a lot of software engineers, own production, own manufacturing, own displays. Everything is in our hands, and it's a privately owned company. So we also are very strong financially. Plus, we have a very social aspect. So a big part of our profit is going to a foundation where we help children and poor people in the world. So it's also Bosch is mentioned as a couple of times as one of the most family-friend companies in Germany. Cool. So I'm happy to be part of that team. And RTS,
nice from your side.
RTS is a small American organization and fully part of this Bosch organization.
You've mentioned that it's 15th NATEXPO for you.
Yes.
It's only third or fourth for me in this job.
Yes, I know.
How was it 15, 16 years ago? How did it look like?
The first time when I went to Russia was for me.
And which company was you involved at that time?
No, yeah, I'm now working 15 years with the company RTS. Before that, I worked for the Dutch company Axon Digital Design. Was also amazing.
Which is still on the market?
Still, and will still be there for a long time. It's a great company. And Axon was the distributor of RTS in that time. And then what happened is I sold quite some intercom into the Benelux area, where the American RTS people said to me, "Hey Nico, you can sell some intercom. Why don't you join us?" And they give me a lot of money, good company car, and I could travel around the world. Then I went to Russia for the first time in my life, NATEXPO, and I was flabbergasted.
At least it was freezing.
It was very cold. It was snow. I remember that, and for me, it's unbelievable. I cannot say what I expected, but it was an amazing experience, I must say, to come for the first time to Russia. Great people, lovely people, a lot of vodka. That was for me first, starting at 9 o'clock in the morning with vodka. That was new for me. But I mean, I like the culture, I like the people in Russia. Unfortunately, I do not speak the language. That's my problem. I cannot, because next week I'm in Greece, then I'm going to Italy, then I go to Spain. I cannot speak every language.
Did you ever try to?
Spasiba and Bolshoi and da, and that's it.
Два пива, пожалуйста. Два пива.
That's it.
2 beers.
Yeah. And it's the same for every language. So I try to do it in English, and with the partners I'm working right now with, the English language is sufficient.
I remember, I think about a year and a half ago, maybe even a little more, there was a new product introduced which was called Odeon.
Oden, yes.
Oden. How did it find its place on the market? How well it was launched and introduced? And I always wanted to ask what is Odeon means, because in Russian language, Odeon means one.
Number one. It is the number one. The cool thing is that many years ago, I went with my president around the world to talk about communication in the future. And everybody said it must be cost effective, a little bit compact, more IP, multi-format if you can do it, and a lot of other things. And we made it. We did it. We made a one rack unit box that is scalable from 60 to 128 channels. It's fully IP. But it is also analog, so you can also connect the old legacy technology to it, or your CCUs, your cameras, your IFBs, like you have in your ear. But you can also connect voice over IP. So if you want to have long distance connectivity between Moscow, Tomsk, Vladivostok, Amsterdam, or Veghel, then you can do that over internet. And all this is combined in one box. And then, I mean, we started with it for a very cost-effective price, and it's a hit. It's an amazing hit. We sold over 300 units already in the first year. Systems in the first year. And of course it creates some cannibalism internally, because the big systems are sold less, because people see the advantage of the small system. Example, Flyweight sets. Installations like we have here at the NATEXPO for your program, you can do with a small system. But then you have a large event, like the Olympics, you can connect smaller systems together over fiber to one big large system. Then the day after, you can break it down and split the systems to smaller systems. So it's extremely flexible, it's lightweight, by Bosch understanding very green, so very environmental friendly designed. And yeah, I'm very proud to this product, because it's a little bit my baby. And we started with that in 2018, and from that moment it's a hit.
Is it here on the stand?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Oden, if you turn it around a little bit, you see the name Nico.
So
also.
У вас есть еще 3 часа работы выставки, вы можете руки в ноги и бегите в 75 павильон ВДНХ, чтобы увидеть то, о чем говорит Ника. How, I think you travel a lot, you live in the airport or in the plane.
Yes.
What's the secret of, of the personal life? How does your wife, deals with that?
I'm 51 now, and I started in this international way of doing business at RTS. Because at Arxon in that time I was responsible for the Benelux and a little bit of Germany. I did everything by car, and it's a challenge. I mean, I'm married already 28 years with a beautiful wife, Marion, and I have 2 children. They are not children, they are men, 22 and 24, big guys, only better looking than me. And they already copy what I'm doing. They're traveling, they're in Taiwan, then they go to Korea, Singapore, and I see that the new generation is doing that as well. I love it to travel, but it's not always easy. So you need a very good relationship with your partner. She or he needs to understand, if you travel like me, that it's not always a great life. You're staying in hotels, you're going to a studio, you go to a hotel, you go to a restaurant, you go back to the hotel. And sometimes
yes, it's only hotel, taxi, airport,
studios,
and then
yeah, shows. That's my life. But the people in our industry, they make the difference. The people in the broadcast industry are the nicest people. They are making my job a joy to do. And that's important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's why you do it as well.
Yeah.
You're also passionate.
I think I cannot live without travels as well. So that's part of my life.
Yeah. I need to do it another 18 years, and I don't look. I mean, for me, it's like okay, I still can do it another 18 years. Lovely. The only thing is that the planes get smaller, the seats get smaller, or I get bigger. That's the other thing. So that's the only problem.
Okay. С нами был Нико Льюис, директор продажам в Европе, на Ближнем Востоке и в Африке компании RTS Intercoms. Мы очень рады видеть его здесь. Он в 15 или 16 раз уже на NATEXPO. И это, конечно, прямо ветеран. Nico, goede show. It was
Thank you
very nice
much.
to meet you.
It
Thank
was
you
an
very
amazing
much.
show, and thank you for all your hard working and creating this
We are doing
NATEXPO.
our best. Thank you very much.
And it will be a good show next year again.
Yes,
Yeah?
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Спасибо, не переключайтесь.